Alrighty, so it is a day. Don't know if I want to call it a good day just yet, but we have the Mustang back. So this car has been gone a year away from my possession, and it has been one of the most aggravating and annoying years of my life. I'll I'll just leave it there. But it's painted. All I can say about the paint job, it's a paint job. Not what I was expecting, but she's on there. So essentially what we're going to do is we're essentially going to make the best of a shit sandwich that we got given. So the car painted, tons of little issues across the whole entire paint. So we are actually going to be working with a few of my friends and getting the car really cleaned up. So first things first is let's tackle the exterior of the car, get all of this bullshit dust off of it, get the engine bay cleaned, get the underside washed. Next, we'll work on the interior, get the interior all cleaned out because the interior is, it's almost hilarious at this point, just how bad the car is. And then also at the same time, I got to wash the truck too because that truck has not had a bath in quite a while. So that thing is covered in bug guts and just tire grossness. So cool. All right, first things first, let's get this thing out of the garage and into the driveway and start working on it. All right, car's all cleaned up. Now to do the engine bay. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Okay, well, after scrubbing until my hand went numb, this is what we're left with. So hood definitely needs a polish. I think that was from the paper that was on there. Engine bay, we could not get some of the paint off, so I think over time I will be repainting a lot of these parts and maybe even replacing them. So kind of like the brake bias adjuster, that'll get replaced. The caster camber plates, I think I can get away with repainting them or getting some fresh hardware for it. I was able to get a lot of the paint off of some of the hoses. The intake manifold did not fare too well, but I think we do have a fix for that. My only thing is that I don't think the strut tower brace was removed, and we're gonna have something really ugly right there. I can already tell. So there's that. Rest of the car overall cleaned up fairly well. Definitely does need a wet sand and a cut and buff, just because he did wet sand the car, and I mean he missed giant chunks of the paint. Like right here, that's all still wet sanded. All this whole part right there, that whole part right there, still wet sanded. It's not buffed. This whole area right there is still wet sanded, not buffed. The door is buffed pretty poorly. The wheels at least cleaned up fairly nice. They were super dirty, so I think actually the brake dust on them helped save them a little bit from overspray. Exhaust tips, we got to remove those. The rear diffuser from Carter Customs, we're probably gonna have to get a new one just because of the overspray. I think we can save the exhaust tips. They do have a giant chunk of overspray, but it's pretty hard to see in general, so I might just leave it. So yeah, so there's that. Interior now. Yeah, so we still got a lot of work to do on the interior. These seats, honestly, they're just gonna get replaced. I don't think I can get overspray. This is legit blue overspray on the seat. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get rid of that, so I think that's just gonna have to get replaced. I have some sensors that are broken that gotta get replaced. The striker, get that replaced. I gotta make a list of a lot of small little items I gotta order, but I'll do that within time. So yeah, just super bummed out. Probably get a new steering wheel. Gonna need a new dash, stuff like that. So alrighty, well, I guess from here all we can say is really next step is get the car back inside, start stripping out the interior, and start wiping everything down and seeing what we can do. Carpet, I don't know if we can clean that up. We might have to get a new carpet, but we'll try. Hopefully my buddy gets his detailing truck back soon from the body shop, and he can bring all his equipment over and we can really go through this whole thing top to bottom best we can. So, all right, let's get this thing back in. Okay, so I did a quick little test pass, and god damn, that's dirty. I think I'll go around the entire car with the same rag that I used to wash it, because it's just going to be a throwaway rag now. Give the whole interior a wipe down with just soapy water for right now, and then come back probably with like a degreaser or something, because I know a lot of this stuff is just going to be embedded in the plastics, and see if we can scrub it out the best we can. Luckily the carpet is folded in the back, so hopefully that carpet is fine, and I just have to order a front half of the carpet, so that saves me like $100, which isn't a lot, but it's something. We're starting somewhere. We still need to clean up those taillights. We still need to clean up a lot of the interior bits and pieces, find all the hardware for everything, relocate it, start putting the interior back together, and start sorting out all the loose hardware so I can know what I'm missing and continue with this list, because the more I look at it, the list is getting bigger. I laugh, but I'm secretly crying inside. So yeah, really there's nothing we can do other than just keep going. So here in about 2 seconds I'll show you guys what probably like 2 hours worth of work did. So I actually saw something funny while I'm cleaning. Right now I got the seats out. I already did a bunch of vacuuming. This thing is gross, but he did not tape off the holes, so my dash got painted. Did not tape off this giant hole here, so my seats got painted. Did not tape off the front of the car, so my radiator and all my suspension parts got painted, or even underneath the hood, so the intake manifold got painted. But he did tape off one thing. This little guy right here. Hey, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for taping off this one little fucking little bullshit sticker. Yeah, so keep rolling with the punches, I guess. All right, next step. All right, first round of cleaning. Everything came out good. The taillights, they cleaned up pretty good. Interior trim sort of cleaned up. It's got some stains, but I think after we steam clean the car, it should come out. Let's see. Interior. So seats came out. Carpet's fucked. Center console, okay-ish. Steering wheel, probably gonna need a new one. Dash, tons of overspray here. Hopefully steam cleaning it will get it out. Luckily, looks like my super rare black headliner survived. The roll cage, probably gonna need a little bit of love with a little bit of buffing compound. We can probably make it shine again, because it is painted and clear coated, so I think I can clean that up. Shift boot, potentially just gonna need another one. Shift ball, I think I have a spare somewhere of the exact same one, so I can just change that out. But yeah, it's sort of looking better, sort of looking like shit at the same time. Hopefully we can get these seats cleaned up, because yeah, like even there you can see all that overspray BS on the seats themselves. So hopefully all this will clean up and come back to life. Seat belts, they kind of cleaned up, I think, again with a little bit of steam cleaning it'll come back to life. And for the elephant in the room, the seats, I think they are just beyond repair. We can try and clean them up, but these will probably be on Facebook Marketplace for $100 after we get them steam cleaned and extracted. I'll try my best to make them look good, but I doubt it. I don't think we can really do anything about these. I think these are just a lost cause. It's crazy. In person, you can't really see the blue as much as in camera. It's nuts how that is. Paint-wise, yeah, again, it had like a piece of paper covering the entire hood when I picked it up, and I think from me leaving it on, it just sort of buffed in. But again, that comes out with very, very light polishing, so I'm not too worried about it. I think overall we can definitely make the car look a lot better. It is washed now, so at least I can touch it without just getting gross. Windshield needs a new windshield. So a ton of areas are just gashed, like all in this general area where the windshield just got gashed. So we'll just get a new windshield for it. Screw it. That's 300 bones, or 400 probably now. I think last time I bought one, it was like around the 350, 380 range. Lift struts, we need new ones of those, because I don't know what happened to these, but they died. Yeah, so the list is just getting longer and longer. I'm slowly putting everything in there. I already have all new weather stripping for the car. So I got weather stripping, I got the upper trim. I think I have some door belts as well, so those will get replaced. Let's see what else. I think I'm gonna have just a lot of missing little screws and stuff, because all of these are all loose. I don't know where any of the screws are at. But yeah, so if you're curious of how the water came out, let's go dump it. In the dirt. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one round of cleaning. So now I gotta clean my bucket. Because I still gotta wash my truck. So I'm gonna clean this up. But yeah, I think that should call it a day on the car. Because I'm kind of sick and tired of looking at it further and further. Now that everything dried in here, yeah, maybe if we hit some stuff with some brake clean, we might be able to get a lot of that stuff off. Luckily, a lot of these surfaces are smooth surfaces, or they were covered in oil, so it kind of protected it. So hopefully I can get that cleaned up, because that was not cheap. I do have, new hood pins, stuff like that I was already planning on replacing anyways, luckily. So yeah, just super bummed out of how the car came out. It's whatever. It's the only thing that I can say is, for the two painters that fucked this car over and fucked me over, all I can say is that I hope you become the lead singer to the band Mayhem, so they can have a new sick album cover. And I will, blow it up bigger than that flag and post it on my fucking wall, so it can remind me every day not to trust anyone. But again, the second one, that one was a recommendation through my dad. The first one was actually my best friend since middle school, or ex-best friend. He had already painted the car twice and did a pretty good job. The first time was show car quality because he had his time with it, because I was on deployment. It was a surprise. The second time was a race car paint job because I was racing the car. I didn't care. We painted it in 2 weeks in the middle of winter. And then I immediately drove it 1,000 miles back to here. So that's why I chose the first painter, if anyone was curious. The second painter, he ruined, essentially tore the car apart, didn't do anything, ruined it by sanding it with one piece of sandpaper. And then essentially just try to steal my money because he's having issues with his baby mama. That's his own personal issues that I did not care about. So he got himself in that mess. He can take himself out of that mess instead of stealing my money to fight her. The second painter was actually a recommendation through my parents, because he was our ex-neighbor, and my dad had seen him paint cars, and that, he did a good job, and he was good friends with my dad because they would help each other. And we're from Idaho, where, your word is your bond. We do handshake deals in Idaho. You do the best you can, and my dad would always take care of him, and, he expected vice versa, stuff like that. So they would help out each other a lot on the farm. Cool. And then apparently he had 20 years experience painting cars. And after hearing the story of how I got fucked over for 9 months, almost 10 months, from early March to late December on my car, he said he would be willing to help. And then, of course, his version of help differs from mine. That's all I got to say on that. So I'm not going to blame my dad on on any of this. He didn't know any better. He didn't know what he was looking at when he picked up the car because it was all dusty. You know, you kind of have to have an eye for this, and it's when you're the owner of the car, you have a different eye. I was not there to pick it up, so we'll see what we can get out of that money. But yeah, that was the situation with this paint job. If anyone is curious or even cares, that's what happened. Let's see, what else am I missing? Yeah, I don't know. But I am in talks with my dad, and hopefully the ex-painter, hopefully we can recoup some money, send this out again to a shop. And if anyone is curious, this was not me being cheap whatsoever. Actually, this was the opposite of me being cheap. These were essentially blank check paint jobs where I said, charge me whatever the hell you got to charge me. I just want it to look nice because I'm done racing the car. I want a show car paint job. I did not care how much I paid as long as it came out good. And, you know, the price reflected the paint job. And in this case, the price did not reflect the paint job. Sorry, it did not whatsoever. Because it's going to cost me probably just as much or what I paid for the paint job in replacing, you know, seats. There goes $1,000 straight off the rip. Tons of interior parts, steering wheel, that's 500 bones. The fuel system, that was like $2,000. All the lines are all covered in paint. So, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to really care about replacing there. But if I were to replace all these oversprayed parts, it would probably cost me just as much as painting the damn car, which I've painted the car twice. I've never had overspray on anything. And it's literally just because I take 5 extra minutes to put a sheet of paper or a piece of clear plastic on things. But yeah, the taillights, they got scratched. So hopefully we can clean them up because these were in pretty mint condition as well. Yeah, so I kind of am a little bit lost for words. So interior didn't come out too bad. Next round is hitting it with degreaser and of course steam cleaning it. But for that I gotta wait for my detailer that detailed the Jeep and did all the steam cleaning for him to come over and do it. I think we can get a lot more of the stains out that way versus me just bombing it with degreasers and brake cleaners and stuff like that and potentially ruining the plastic and the leather. So I'll just wait for him on that, and I think we're just going to take a pause on the car. I'll load up the parts cannon and order everything because I already have a ton here that I've already spent, and get all those things going. That way we can do the whole car all at once. The carpet, I'm pretty close to just calling it and just ordering a brand new carpet kit. I think that would be better. I think it will come out a little bit nicer versus cleaning this one up and just wasting our time with it. And since, I mean, the interior is already kind of torn apart, all I got to do is just take out that center console and I can remove the rest of the carpet on the front. So it's not that difficult to remove. It'll be actually pretty easy. Let's see. But yeah, if you guys got any questions of this car, post them down in the comments. I think we can build something out of it. Again, we're just going to stay positive. We're going to fix what we can. We're going to do it all ourselves in a garage. And if you get to see this car in person, yeah, hopefully you can see something worth looking at and not this bullshit. So, yeah. If you guys got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And, yeah, so, later.